What's the night look like?
Tonight we have Awana, pretty normal night.
Yeah,
Um, I think just one of the last one. I don't know. I guess we have next week.
yeah,
Thanksgiving kind of coming up and gonna put a kind of stop to things, and we'll get back on track to get to Christmas. So,
yeah.
how about you?
Pretty normal stuff tonight. Going through Jonah and but yeah, trying to think of these next couple of weeks. I think it's going to be busy. I just don't even know what to think. I'm doing a told you off air doing a funeral tomorrow of someone pretty close to me. Felt like family, and but it'd be good to see some. Hate the circumstances, but it'd be good to see some people that um, I haven't in a little bit. So,
Yeah.
um, what's what's the rest of the week look like for you though?
Yeah, like we said off camera, me and
Yeah,
Almina are going on a trip, to Jamestown, New York, and going to see the I Love Lucy Museum. That's her favorite show of all time.
sweet.
So
Yeah, yeah.
we're gonna go see that and kind of just be a chill weekend. Got to eat, and call it a good weekend. So
Well, good, good.
she's uh she's always wanted to get an Airbnb with a hot tub. So
Oh
she's
man,
she's looking
oh
forward
it's
to the hot
awesome.
tub.
Yeah,
So it'll be interesting. But
she's looking forward to it.
I mean, I'm looking forward to it too. But
Okay,
she's over the moon about
gotcha.
a hot tub. She just loves a hot tub. I guess that's all
Gotcha.
she did on vacation.
Oh
So
man, that's my spot too. I
it's
gravitate towards
just
the tub.
after a while,
Yep.
it gets a little old for me. I just feel like
I
I'm
could.
taking a bath.
Oh man, I could stay in there. Yeah.
So
Um.
I'm more of a pool guy. So
Understandable. Understandable.
yeah,
But
especially with the basketball hoop, I can be in there
now
for
I
hours.
I get that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, welcome back to Pastor's Coffee. You've done the last two, so I get today. I'm broke
yeah,
stiff. Um. We'll just keep on talking.
yeah.
Things overall been okay.
Any things about the old NFL past week, or did you get to watch it at all?
I really didn't even get to watch much, so I don't know how to comment. But
I don't even remember really. I remember watching the Bengals at Ravens. I don't know if you watched that on Thursday. That was an
I just saw
interesting
the
game.
score and it was shootout.
Yeah, my fantasy team appreciated it.
Micah Dietrich just sent me a trade.
Did he really?
Yes, he did.
Did he say anything in particular
Interesting.
interesting about it? Micah, if you could please not do that trade, that'd be great. Um,
Well, this one you'd
this
probably
is a
want me to
different
do. This one you'd probably because he countered me. So
one. Okay.
I don't know. We'll have to talk about that later.
Yeah.
But Deep,
Yeah.
we'll talk, buddy, if you're watching.
Yeah, Deep. Are you watching? If so, come on the show. That'd be great.
We'd love to have you.
Yeah. But Steelers had a great win against the Commanders. I don't know if you saw that.
I didn't. That is a big win.
Steelers won
Yeah.
by 1 point.
Wow.
On a
Well, you got a
on
win
a
on me.
on an offside. It was a
Man, you
fourth
don't ever
and
see
one,
that. Wow.
and defensive lineman jumped offside and felt pretty bad about it, but we won the game. So exciting about that. I think that's a big win, and I think we can bring this. I'll bring this up later when we go over what the Steelers are doing. But I have a couple questions, so we can
Okay.
interact with the audience of this show. But anyway, on to more important things. What is something recently that you have been looking at for youth? That's something I've been
Mm.
kind of thinking about. We're both youth pastors, so what is something that you try to do, or maybe you're going to try to do, to keep youth group not necessarily interesting, but so where you're not doing the same thing over and over again?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you have any
Um,
comments on that?
I do, and I think it's a kind of a cop out answer. It's pretty simple, but just flipping the time slots of what you do. Um, Last week we usually do the game time first, and last week we did it afterwards. And I don't know if I'll keep doing that, but it did seem like the kids were a little bit more, well, teens, I shouldn't call them kids, but they were a little bit more engaged in the lesson
Mhm.
than other times. Maybe because they weren't sweating and ready to keep running around. I think about this all the time. Like the worst feeling ever, and I know we've talked about this, is going to math class after gym class growing up. Like that
Yep.
was awful. You're a
It
sweaty
was.
mess. You're sitting in there. You get
You're
up.
still thinking
Your
about the game.
your chair is soaked. I mean, it's like it's just not a good time.
Oh.
And I think about the kids. Well, after we do, play pickup basketball or something, and if I get involved, I have a sweatshirt on. I mean, I'm burning up trying to teach. So I
Yeah.
don't know. Just that's a very simple answer, but I think just sometimes any change is a good change in youth, especially because they're attention spans, and but I also want to be careful and not give them enough credit. If I had a youth pastor tell me this once, and it was pretty profound, and if he's watching this, I owe him all the credit. Um, but he said if high schoolers can understand calculus and anatomy, they can understand God's word because it's meant to be simple. I think a
Mhm.
lot of times we try and dumb things down thinking that they can't understand things when they're going to school doing these complex equations and
Yeah.
studying for
Yeah.
tests, when in reality we've got this book and it's supposed to be clear. It's supposed to be understood. Peter says no scriptures of any private interpretation. It's up to us to make it able to be understood. But
Mhm.
that's not on them. That's on us to present it in a way that's understood,
Yeah.
not dumbing it down, but to teach what it says. That's why a teacher has to study what they're supposed to teach. But when he said that, I was like, man, yeah, because I think sometimes you look at your group and think, well, they're not really engaged because maybe it's over their head, or maybe I should pick something that's a little bit more simple. But that's not always the case.
Mhm.
Sometimes we just need to be more studied on it to make sure that we're communicating in a way that they can understand it. Because if they can understand calculus, they can understand the Bible.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
For sure.
That didn't fully answer it, but just something I
Oh,
thought of.
yeah. I think those were great. Um, and I've done the same thing where we'll do the lesson first, and then we
Yep.
do a snack time of
Sure.
just kind of like hang out. Um, and so I always kind of breaks up um the game and then the lesson. So they do come
That's good.
in after
Yeah.
getting sweaty, they'll get out,
Yeah.
and then we at least eat and get some water, and well, they drink soda, but it cools them down a little bit, and then
Sure.
it can be a little hard getting them in to ready and to
Yeah.
go, but I understand it. We were both youth, and
For
we
sure.
both attended college classes and chapels that we were not necessarily always engaged in. Um,
Speak for yourself.
yeah. No, you know what? I won't say anything about it. I won't say anything about it. But I think just like I try to, because our youth group is mainly guys, and
Sure. Mine too now.
um
It's getting that way
yeah,
too. Yep.
and so I've been trying to not just do sports because that's just the easiest thing to do. Let's go out and play wiffle ball. Let's just play basketball. We have hockey stuff. We it's just easy for me to say let's go play the sport, but then I gotta remember there's girls there and even some guys that don't like sports necessarily.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's just something I've been trying to get more creative with
Yeah.
the game time type stuff. Just that everybody can be included in that. Um, and we usually do a good job of getting everybody included in it. But then I was thinking we were talking about this a little bit last week with stuff we're going over lesson wise,
Yeah.
and just I would say that I've been in First and Second Thessalonians since I've got here. I need to
Yeah.
change it up. This Sunday, I'll announce this is the last Sunday we're going to be in First Second Thessalonians. Well, Second
Nice.
Thessalonians.
There you
So
go.
I need something else to do in Sunday school, and so I think it's good. I think a lot of people can be like frowning upon, you know, don't just take somebody else's work, which
Yeah.
I obviously I'm not going to plagiarize or just steal somebody else's work.
Sure.
But it's always good to go out and see what other people are doing, see what they're
Absolutely. Yeah.
teaching on,
Yeah.
see what their interactions and how this affected their youth group. And I think that can help.
Yeah.
And I think also I've been kind of going through and seeing what next year's plans are and events and everything, and kind of how I wanted to lay out the year. And I have some reoccurring events that we've just all enjoyed and everybody's been asking for it to come back next year, but just how we can be new and fresh and all that. And so
Yeah.
it's just something I've been thinking about recently, and being procrastinating college.
Why? Yeah. Why? So obviously your group is more guys. Mine is getting that way.
Hmm.
Um, there's been some where it was a huge majority of guys, and then I just talked with another youth pastor yesterday, and he said the same thing, that he's got all guys, and I'm sure that that's not universal the entire country, but I feel like I'm starting to hear that a little bit more.
Yeah.
And I don't know, you may not have an answer at all because I don't. But why do you think that is? What could be the possibility of why that is?
Um, Something maybe I think that and I think not necessarily that our wives are like this, but I think they aren't like this, but we just don't see as many wives in the youth group anymore. And I know that's not the case for us, so you may be asking, well, then why is it like that for you guys? I just don't know, honestly.
Could be
Sometimes
though.
it is true, though. And I think when you don't have a wife involved in the youth group, I mean, most likely you have another female leader there.
Sure.
Um, but this is our daily job. We have more time to
Mm,
interact with the guys, and I think sports can play a big role into this. And so when you have a youth pastor, and probably most likely, most of the time, a youth pastor has played a sport of some kind.
mm,
And I think when you can relate onto with a teen about sports, I mean, guys in sports is a
pick up on
combination
that.
for
Hmm.
lifetime friendships. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's easier. I think it's just easier in general for guys to connect with each other. And I think for a guy to come to a youth group where the pastor, the guy who's actually leading it, is a guy, and they can look up to them and say, hey, that's who I want to be like, and that's an example of how I want to live my life. I think it's easier for guys to come into a youth group to where a girl, you know, well, if they're a good church, it's not a woman pastor leading it, and so we don't. Maybe they just you can still have good women leadership in the youth group, but then maybe they just can't. They just don't see them connected as much because they're not the one teaching. They're not the one preaching and running the whole thing. No, that's just kind of an off the top of my head type thing that I
Yeah.
thought of.
I think
Um,
there at the end I kind of agree with that and see that a lot. Just with us, you know, I guess being the pastor, they gravitate to us a little bit more than our wives, if our wives even are there. I mean, obviously the girls that are there, they would go, but the guys aren't immediately running to them; they're running to us. So you're able to build that relationship a little bit stronger right off the bat, I guess. Um, but I don't know. I think there's a lot of different factors that go into that, but I feel like I've been hearing that and seeing that a little bit more, and I wonder what can be done to change that.
yeah,
I don't know. I don't know. Leave us a comment if you've seen that
yeah,
in your groups, or give us some demographics of your youth groups,
yeah.
because I've started to see that a
And
little bit more.
I think maybe you could also see where, I mean, if you look at the popular people of this world and you see the guys,
Mm,
who are most guys gonna look after? And they're looking at these athletes.
sure.
And then we've seen this movement to where all these athletes are saying, hey, all glory to God, whether that's true or not, out of their intention, not for us to judge. But
Right.
you see this movement of Christian sport athletes.
Yeah.
And I think maybe, with them being in high school, they see that the need, at least for it, and maybe that's drawing them into churches and seeing how their sport that they play can lead them to a church and lead them to faith of Christ. And I think when you look then at the girls, the famous women of today, you see a lot of the different picture, right? You see these girls that are kind of not really just selling themselves out there, but a lot of these girls are doing things that probably shouldn't be doing. We see a lot of just the whole porn industry, honestly, with it all. And you see a lot of the like Instagram full of people just putting themselves out there. And so I think just with that, they don't see it as much as guys. And that's just, again, off the top of my head that I could think of.
Good perspective. I don't know. Yeah, it could be.
But let us know down below what you think about it. I think that could possibly be part of it. You have any more you want to say about that one?
I don't think so. It was interesting. Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, we appreciate you guys listening to our impromptu segments, because we enjoy it.
Yeah, we do.
Anything else you want to bring up before we get into the other segment?
Let's get into the football.
Get to the pigskin. Week 10. Overall, a bad week. Honestly, for kind of both of us. But
I was going to say, I feel like you might have got me this week. I don't know.
You had a record of 9-5.
Great.
Increasing your record then to 98-54. So next week you should be hitting 100.
Good.
I did 8-6.
So still got a game. Still got a game.
You still took a game. My overall record is 91-61. So I still can hit 100.
Creating a gap.
So there is a 7-point gap between us. And hopefully
pretty
this
good
week,
couch cushion right there.
Yeah, it is. It's a pretty decent size one, if you ask me.
Feeling pretty good about this, honestly.
So week 11 out of week 18, still got 8 weeks left of football.
Okay.
Which is kind of crazy to think about, right? Or is that 9?
I don't know. What are we at?
8. Yeah, 8. I was good at math. 8 weeks of football left before the playoffs, obviously. Which thinks 8 weeks of fantasy football left. Actually, 7 weeks of fantasy football.
That's true.
That's kind of sad.
That's sad.
It is. So, just putting that out there. Yep. Before we get into it, maybe a question for and I know you didn't see the game this past week, but just a question for everyone out there. Are the Steelers legit Super Bowl contenders? 7-2 right now. I know your opinion about it.
I don't know.
As you can see, he gave me a thumbs down. But you see this? It's not going to do it. Skype doesn't agree. So, are the Steelers legit Super Bowl contenders? They're 7-2.
I'll tell you who is. Russell Wilson is, and you doubted him this entire season. Russell Wilson's legit. Oh, let's just start Justin Fields. No, I think Fields is good too. Wilson looks great there. He looks great.
I ate my words.
You
have any comment on that before I weigh in on my opinion? Are the Steelers legit Super Bowl contenders? Can they get to the Super Bowl?
I think their road will be too tough. Do I think that they're as good as teams in that conversation? Yes. I think that yes. Short answer. Yes. Do I think that they will?
I appreciate that. I agree with you. I think that the Steelers have it together. I think they finally have consistent quarterback play.
Mm-hmm.
Sadly, that's Russell Wilson.
Yep.
I wanted it to be Justin Fields.
That hurts. Yeah.
I was screaming so loud at the TV when they put him in. And he threw. I don't know if you saw that, but that game against the Jets, I think it was, and he throws a screen, and it's just completely off the mark. It hit him. It hit the ground like 10 feet in
that's
front of him.
brutal. Yeah.
I screamed so loud at the TV, and I was like, "What are we doing? Just get him out of the game." Like
Yeah.
that. It was a third down. I was like, "This next drive, put in Justin Fields, go back to where we were." And then he went off. So I'll tell you what, George Pickens likes him better. I would imagine. I mean, George
Yeah.
Pickens is. That's another question we can answer later, but
Yeah.
George Pickens likes him better. I think the Steelers are Super Bowl contenders. Will they get past the Chiefs? I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. We'll see
I'm
that
sure
on
about
Christmas. We'll see it on Christmas. They play the Chiefs on Christmas Day in
I
Pittsburgh.
could see that being their first loss.
The Chiefs?
Yeah. I think that they'll go undefeated until then.
I'm not sure who they even play, but I think the Browns is one of those teams, and yeah. So
This week they play the Bills, I think. So they could.
that could be a toss. I still think they win. Are they at? We'll get to it, but
Yeah, I don't know.
they are at the Bills.
It could be.
Anyway, so I think comment down below if you think that the Steelers are a legit Super Bowl contender. And we'll get into another question that I have about the Steelers when we get to their game.
Okay.
Thursday night football, Commanders at Eagles. Tomorrow night.
Eagles at home.
Yes.
Yeah. We'll take that.
You're going to take the Eagles at home?
Yeah.
Eagles at home.
I do like the Commanders, but Eagles are
I
tough.
do too. And I think
Eagles
I'm
are
going to
tough.
take them. I think I'm going to take the Commanders here.
Bold call.
It is bold. I need a win. I need a win desperately. I think the Commanders will. Really, they probably would have won that game if the guy didn't jump offside, because we would have punted the ball away.
Yeah. Yeah.
Raiders at Dolphins. First 1 p.m. game.
Take the Dolphins.
Dolphins look like they're coming back a little.
Turn the corner, maybe. Tyreek Hill does not, but okay.
Yeah. What happened this past week in fantasy? If we can tell the people of the world.
Whatever, dude. Jamar Chase beat me. You did not beat me. Jamar Chase beat me.
Dude, I had 177 points, and 88 of those points with Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase.
That was insane.
Insane.
I mean, if the Ravens had one defensive player on their roster, I win that matchup. But they didn't play a lick of defense.
Derrick Henry getting 14 points was horrible.
That's insane. Yeah.
I'm also going to take the Dolphins. Raiders don't seem like they know what they're doing. Browns at Saints.
I like the Browns this week. Saints just don't have much going for them.
Yeah,
I do the Browns. But
I don't remember how the Saints did last week. They lost to the Falcons.
Yeah.
Give me the Saints. Saints at home. I'll take the home team here. Colts at Jets. Anthony Richardson is officially the starting quarterback for the Indianapolis Colts.
Still think the Jets win.
Jets win, even after getting blown out by... Who'd they get blown out by? The Cardinals.
Yeah, the Cardinals are good. Got the Jets at home. Colts, no clue how things are going to go. So
yeah, I'm going to agree with you, I guess. I'll agree with you there. Jets. Just with the Colts still trying to figure it all out.
Mm-hmm.
Vikings at Titans.
Oh, Vikings.
Vikings clear winner here, I think.
Yeah.
Packers at Bears.
I like the Packers, I think.
Give me a Bears comeback week.
Okay.
Caleb Williams had a horrible game. So did the whole Bears organization.
Yep.
Give me that. I think the Bears win at home. Jaguars at Lions.
Lions by a lot.
Quite a bit. I'm going to also take the Lions. Rams at Patriots.
Rams.
Give
You never know
me.
what you're going to get from them.
You don't. That's why I'm going to take the Patriots.
Wow, bold.
Patriots at home.
I'm taking a lot of away teams. I never do that. I usually play it safe.
You do. Ravens at Steelers. And I'll ask you this question after.
I like the Ravens.
Yeah. Shocker. I'm going to take the Steelers, of course, because they are Super Bowl contenders. So, real quick, before we get into the 4 p.m. games, I've been seeing this conversation come up. Is George Pickens a top 5 wide receiver in the league?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. And why? Who are the 5 that you put over him?
First, before I answer this, do you agree with that question? Do you think he is?
The way he's playing right now, it's hard to doubt it.
That's insanity.
I know I'm a Steelers. Listen, I know I'm a Steelers fan.
Do I think he could be? Sure. Right now, no.
His athletic ability is insane. The way he goes up.
Let's go through this list.
Go ahead. Who are the 5?
So let me ask a better question. Okay, you're the Steelers GM, and you get offered these 5 trades. Okay.
Okay. 1 for 1.
1 for 1. Justin Jefferson for George Pickens. You say deal, no deal.
Yes. Yeah. Deal for sure.
Okay.
I'm not saying he's the best. I'm saying he's in the conversation for the top 5.
You pick up the phone, and the Cowboys say CD Lamb for George Pickens.
Sure.
Exactly. Okay.
Jamar Chase. Yes.
Jamar Chase. That was my next one. Okay.
Who's next?
Age is not a deal.
Yeah.
You've got 1 season. Tyreek Hill for him. You are saying. Oh, Steve.
I know you. Listen.
Tyreek Hill. That's insane. He's not better than Tyreek Hill. No way.
Okay. So give me somebody else.
You didn't answer.
I said no. I don't think I would.
Oh, man.
George Pickens. Listen, George Pickens is a more natural wide receiver. He has the capability. He has the athletic. He's more athletic than Justin Jefferson. I would say that.
I don't know,
listen,
man. That's crazy.
Justin Jefferson is insane. Justin Jefferson is better.
Okay.
George Pickens is top 4. He's the 4th best receiver in the league. I take him over Tyreek Hill, A.J. Brown. Who else is out there?
You like him better than Garrett Wilson, just talent alone.
Yep. I would take him over Garrett. I would take him over Garrett Wilson. I would.
That is a scalding hot take.
It is. And I'm glad to be here and take it. So you're taking who else? So you're taking Garrett Wilson over George Pickens?
I'm taking at least 10 to 15 receivers over George Pickens. I think he's good. I do. Top 5's insane. Top 5 is insane.
Can you name those receivers? On the spot.
I still think A.J. Brown's better. I think Devontae Smith might be better. I think the Eagles might have 2 better receivers than him. And that's in your same state. He's not even top 5 in that state.
He's not even top 5 in the state. Wow. Oh, goodness. Wow.
I don't know. We'll see what everybody thinks.
George Pickens is a top 5 receiver. Top 4 in my opinion, but top 5.
In his state or the NFL? In his state, you might have some there. I don't know.
Oh, in the whole NFL. I would take George Pickens. Just that deep ball, man.
Better Nico Collins.
You think, yeah, he's for sure better than Nico. You think Nico Collins is better?
I actually do. I really do. I really do. I'm telling you, 15, at least 10 better. There might be 15. I don't know. There might be. Olave, if he'd wear a Guardian cap, for sure. 2 Guardian caps. One at the same time.
Oh, that breaks my heart. You know, we
He's
don't
good.
disagree
He's
on
good.
here very often.
I just think
Today
you're
was
really rushing his
top
development.
5. I think I'm telling you, I'm taking. Would you take DK Metcalf over George Pickens?
For one season, right this second, yes.
Oh,
But would I trade? If I'm the Seahawks, would I trade DK for Pickens? Absolutely. I think Pickens will be better. I'm saying right this second,
right this second.
no, DK's still better. Pickens is good. Pickens is good.
What about
I'm
Tank
not
Dell?
saying that. Oh no, Pickens is better. Yeah, Pickens is better. Yeah.
I'm gonna think of another
You can
one.
name off a bunch that I would say is better. Top 5's insane. Top 5 is crazy. I
We'll
don't
see
know.
what people
Maybe
think.
I'll get roasted. Maybe I'll be the one that's get roasted. I don't know. I'm checking what. Ask the next game, but I'm checking what his fantasy ranking is right now.
Okay,
'Cause
hold on. We don't need to go look at that. Listen, the Steelers are not fantasy producers.
Hey,
That's all I gotta say.
all I want to present is just the facts to the people. That's all I want. You traded him to D, is that correct? So you traded the top 5 receiver to D just a little bit ago.
I didn't
Pretty
say I was a
sure.
great trader. I just
Okay.
said.
Wait, where did it?
But-
Who even has him? I don't even know who.
I think
has him.
Ez does.
George Pickens found him. So he's gotten traded 3 times in our league. According to fantasy, he's the 18th best receiver, and honestly, I think that's pretty good spot to put him.
I didn't even know he was up that high, to be honest with you.
Yeah, 18's pretty good. No, he's been doing good. Last week he had 20 points. Yeah. Good
See?
job.
He's on the climb. He's on the climb. Listen, I'm not talking about fantasy. I'm talking about in an NFL game.
I know.
Because Patrick Mahomes is like number 18th quarterback.
If Mahomes had Pickens, Pickens would be a top 5 receiver.
Okay.
I'll give you that. But I could say that about 25 guys in the league.
Well, possibly. You know, I still think
He just made D-Hop another top 10 guy, and he's 40.
Okay, hold on. You think you would take D-Hop? You take D-Hop over him? Okay, hold on.
No.
Whoo.
But I'm just saying, Patrick Mahomes makes D-Hop look good.
Well, yeah, he does. What about Drake London?
Pretty close. That's very close. I think I probably would. I think I'd take London over him. It's close though. That's very close.
4 p.m. games. Done with this conversation. Deebo Samuel.
I don't know.
Seahawks at 49ers. 4 p.m.
Let's go 49ers.
I'm gonna go 49ers as well.
Oh, we agree.
You know who I wouldn't take over him? Bo Nix.
Yeah, I'm sure. Put your neck on the line for him.
Falcons and Broncos. You know who I'm taking? Falcons all the way.
Yeah, you can't ever pick the Broncos as long as he's a starting quarterback anymore. That was pretty rough.
It was. I'm glad that was before our gospel introduction too. You know.
I know.
Chiefs at Bills.
I like the Chiefs to keep on winning, I think. You gonna do it?
Give me the Bills.
Okay.
Give me the Bills.
I think this definitely could be the week that it happens.
It could be a week. Could be the week.
It could.
And
At
it's
home,
got to
that's a
stop.
tough place.
It's got to stop at some point.
You would think.
They're not going undefeated. No way. Are the Chiefs lucky? Are they truly and what are they? 8-0, 9-0 team?
Can't remember 8 or 9. I don't know. I think they're legit. But the scary thing is this isn't even the best Chiefs team of the last 4 years.
Arguably, this might be one of the worst one.
This might be the worst in the last 4 years. Yeah. Which is insane.
I think they've just been bailed out too many times.
Oh, I agree. I mean, they've definitely
honestly, they should have lost to the Broncos.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways.
Finally.
Sunday night football. Bengals at Chargers.
Bengals by a lot, I think. Even though Chargers didn't play that bad last week, I don't think. But
I don't remember. Yeah, I watched the Steelers game last week, and that's about. They played the Titans last week, so they won.
Yeah.
Texas matchup here. Monday Night Football. Texans at Cowboys.
I think T. Higgins is better than George Pickens.
You would.
Go back.
You would.
Go back. All right, next one. I really do believe that T. Higgins is a stud. I tried to give him to you, but you didn't want him. So go ahead.
Next Derrick Henry out of it. Texans at Cowboys.
Cowboys are awful, dude. Texans. Yeah. I'm not picking the Cowboys anymore. I picked them the whole first part of the year.
Picking the Texans here. Cowboys are rough.
Yeah.
Of course, CeeDee Lamb won't be blinded this time because he'll be in the night. So, bye week, Cardinals, Panthers, Giants, and Buccaneers. Are you taking Chris Godwin over George Pickens?
Oh, I'd take Mike Evans, but not Godwin.
I made that, just so you know. I threw that pen, and I made that.
I wish we could ask Russell Wilson who he'd rather have, Mike Evans or George Pickens for one game. For one game, who would he rather have?
George Pickens.
He's telling
you. No way. No way. There's no way. No way.
I'm not saying to build a franchise around Pickens. Pickens might be top 5 in future receivers. I'm saying right this second.
Yeah, right this second. Top 5. Top 4 in my opinion, but top 5.
Wait, that mean so you only have Chase, Jefferson,
Jamar Jefferson, not Jamar Jefferson, Justin Jefferson.
That'd be a crazy player.
And then CeeDee Lamb.
Dude, that is crazy.
That's who it is. I cannot think of another player I would rather have over George Pickens.
Receiver, right?
Yeah, receiver. Yeah, sorry, okay. Receiver. I'll take a lot of players over George Pickens. Okay. But
bold.
It is bold, but I agree with it.
Maybe this will be our viral TikTok. I don't know.
Listen, I've been seeing it. People are saying it. People are saying he's top 5, even arguably top 3.
Okay.
People think I don't agree with the top 3. I agree with the top 5.
Oh, I did see that video. That was over. That was on @Steelers Mega Fan. The NFL pages ain't saying nothing like that. It's just the Steelers fan pages. I'm sure they're all saying
it. Would you take George Pickens or Marvin Harrison?
For the future, Harrison. Right this second, Pickens is better. Right this second, Pickens is better. But you're telling me you're not picking Marvin Harrison over Pickens?
No. George Pickens.
Okay, let's rewind. Pickens was in this draft. You already knew how good he was. You got the first pick in the draft. You're going Harrison or Pickens?
Pickens. I'm dead serious. Dude, listen. Pickens is insane. Doesn't drop the ball. The way he moves in the air is insane. His body can go this way, and the ball be over here, and he moves his body in the air like there's zero gravity over here.
If this does blow up and George Pickens is watching this, you're a great player. You are a great player. You just have a fan that is really trying to get you into trouble that you're supposed to have years to develop. You're supposed to have some time. And he's just putting you right into the conversation. So
Because he
I don't
doesn't
know.
need those years. He's already been here.
I don't know, man.
I knew the second he was staring at that TV like that, he'd be one of the greatest.
Oh, are we starting that conversation already?
No. Hold on. No, I'm not saying that now. Give him some years.
Oh, now we want to give him some years. Okay.
No, for the greatest. I'm saying the greatest.
I know that's what I'm
Listen,
just ready to see everybody's reaction to this.
I think by the end, if he stays in Pittsburgh in his entire life,
So it has to be the
career.
Steelers.
No, this is for my. You know what? Let me finish. If he stays in Pittsburgh, his career, he
Truth
will
comes
go
out.
down as a top 3 receiver in Pittsburgh.
Oh. Okay. That is very bold, but when you got
It'd be hard to
Hines
beat
Ward
Antonio Brown and Hines Ward.
well, maybe they might erase his name from the dictionaries. Just with all that he's doing now. So I don't know.
They may. I heard that him and Le'Veon Bell are running for president next year. So they're not next year, 2028. Bell and Brown.
Well, people who think Pickens is a top 4 receiver probably vote for him.
Oh gosh. Well, we hope you enjoyed that today. Not too often that we get even more into it towards the end here. So hopefully you'll see a reel about this.
Yeah.
We'll get some people's opinion about it. But we appreciate you guys listening, and let us know down below if George Pickens is a top 5 receiver, or if you think he's top 20 like somebody else does.
I didn't say 20. I said 10 to 15.
10 to 15.
More
That's
closer
still
to the
ridiculous.
15.
Still ridiculous.
That is not ridiculous.
Still ridiculous.
That's
Still
not. Oh man, I can't believe you right now.
I guess we'll see you guys next week. Hope you have a
Thank y'all
good
for
week.
watching.
We'll see you.